As I continued my research, I started looking into how we can get kids more engaged in the curriculum without utilizing the student council. One of the main things that I came across was the fact that student engagement drops if students are not involved in something. They don't trust the environment that they're in. When you look at the number of students who we have involved in sports and clubs, those kids typically have decent GPAs. They have to because they need to be eligible for sports, and they enjoy the high school experience. That is not cyclical because they don't get involved because that's the kind of kid they are. Therefore, they have good grades. Research shows that kids who get involved have good grades because of that. So they have found an interest and now they're engaged in the community and in the system that we have set up for them. With our RTI kids, especially at the high school level, as I've gone through the lists and talked with them and looked at what their interests are, they're not involved. They don't do things within the school because we haven't tapped into an interest that those kids have. They don't trust our system, and therefore they're not engaged, and therefore their scores are down, and they don't really care much to come to school sometimes. Like our RTI kids are the ones that have relatively poor attendance. I'm not a big believer in an attendance policy. I feel that if kids want to be there, attendance isn't going to be a problem. Something happens between elementary school and high school where kids are engaged, kids enjoy the curriculum, they want to be there, high school is fun, or I'm sorry, elementary school is fun. Middle school, things start to shift a little bit. They can't express themselves as much, the social emotional stuff starts to take its toll, and then they get to high school and the academic challenges really take them to that next level. Attendance should be an automatic assumption when it comes to high school. And we can't keep feeding kids the line of your education matters, so you need to come. We didn't buy into it, they don't buy into it, especially the ones who are struggling academically. So the point is that we need to give back to them and meet them where they are. We have to figure out what those kids are interested in and create clubs and activities that surround their interests. When a student is involved in one after-school activity, the risk of disengagement and dropout drops from whatever it was, it drops 50%. When they're involved in two, it drops to 0. Those kids do not become disengaged and they do not drop out of school. Instituting a program that increases their trust helps them help themselves. And all of this is student motivated. It's not us as a staff looking at them and saying, all right, no, you need to get involved in the German club or you should really run for student activities because you need to be involved in something. It's finding something and creating something for them via the students that gets them interested in the system. One of the articles that I had read and some of the data that I had compiled shows that if you are operating at a 17-to-1 ratio of ask to give, so we ask you to go to homecoming, we ask you to bring in cans for the canned food drive, we ask you to adopt a kid for holiday gift drive. If you're always asking, ask them to dress up for spirit days, and never giving them anything back, they tend not to trust that system. The majority of the kids who are involved are either student council members, the ones who are setting up the programs because that's authentic to them, or their friends. We can change that. We can change that because if you drop that 17 down to a 3 and start giving things back to the kids and let them know like, hey, this is from us to you, just because we like that you're here, we want to make this place fun for you, their engagement comes up. They do participate in sports and activities. They do participate in spirit days. Being at school becomes fun and less of a risk. So what we've developed at Central is called the Give Back Program. So every single month there is something tangible or something the kids can see that we have given them just to say thanks. Thanks for being here. We're your student council. We're going to take care of you. And we do the same thing for the staff as well. It's already changed the atmosphere in the school for the better. We have seen increased participation in our activities. We have seen increased participation in Spirit Weeks. So it's been rewarding to see that element of the process actually come to life. The outreach program is based on the idealism of a give back, but it extends it down into our feeder schools and then into the larger community.